Welcome back to day 15. I've got a bag full of small onions that we need to use up from our cold storage that came from last summer's garden. And today we're going to make some golden broth. Well, working on doing some cleaning up in the pantry today, and I have this bag of smaller onions from our garden last summer that are starting to sprout. Now, this bag is full up to about here. It's almost 7 pounds of small onions. And I need to go through, get all the skins off, get these processed and taken care of. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna make some golden broth, which is kind of the same taste as like a chicken broth, but us being vegetarians, it gives us an option that is a non-meat that we can still make our own chicken noodle soup and other dishes like that. So let me get these out of the bag and processed up, and then I'll be back so we can get started on that recipe. Well, we went through all the onions. I had Steve help me. We took the extra parts of the skin off the best of them. I have some that are starting to get a little soft, so we're just gonna cut those up, put them in the freezer. I didn't want to put these in something I'm gonna can and put on the shelf. I wanted to save the best onions for that. And then all the skins and any of the little sprouts, those are gonna go into a bag, and those will go into my steam juicer to be making vegetable broth with my other vegetable scraps. Well, we got the onions cleaned and chopped up, and just a little bit of tearing up with my eyes because of that. So now that I have those done, we're ready to get into our recipe. Now, one of the most important things to know ahead of time is that you need a pot that is going to be big enough to fit this. We're going to be adding 7 quarts of water to the pot. So your pot should be a minimum of an 8 quart, preferably a 10 quart. I have an 8 quart pot that I'm going to be using. It should work out fine, but we're going to take the pot and our ingredients over to the stove. But first, let me kind of do a quick overview of what we're going to be using. So we've got oil for the bottom of our pan. We've got our onions. We've got some minced garlic. I've got yellow split peas, turmeric, pepper, and salt. So that's it. It's not a whole lot of ingredients, but they make an amazing broth that it's just really strange that it does taste like chicken broth when it's done. So let me get this pot over to the stove and we'll get started, and I'll be more specific about our ingredients when we get there. So I have my sauce pot on the wood stove, and I've started out with 7 tablespoons of oil, which is just under a half a cup. And to that, I'm gonna add my 7.5 cups of onions. So I'm gonna saute the onions until they're translucent and getting soft. That's gonna take me about 5 minutes. So I'll come back with you as soon as I have my onions to that point. So these have been in the pan for about 5 minutes. Something I just wanted to mention is make sure, depending, especially if you're using a thinner pan like the one I'm using today, that you keep an eye on these and stir them periodically throughout this so that they don't burn on the bottom of the pan. But now we're ready to add our garlic, and I'm going to be adding 2 heaping tablespoons of our garlic. And now I'm just going to stir that in and get that mixed in with the onions and let it simmer for just about a minute. Now, the amount that I'm doing today is for me to have an outcome of about 7 quarts of my golden broth. And I'll make sure that when I do this recipe up, that I do both for the just 1 quart. So if you only need enough for 1 meal, I'll do that. These 7 quarts for me are to replace the ones that I've used up, so I can add those to my pantry. So I'll be pressure canning these once this is all done. And that way I've replenished my stock on my shelf. So now that this has been just about a minute, Let me get the next ingredient. So now I am going to add 2 teaspoons of ground turmeric, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons of pepper. And I've pre-measured those out. And I'm just gonna pour those in. And then we're gonna let that simmer for about another minute. We're just gonna stir all that together. And we can see that the color is starting to blend in. And it smells amazing. If you were here and could smell this, it is just, the smell is awesome. Not a lot of people use turmeric that I know, but we use turmeric actually quite a bit. So this is going to sit. I'm gonna let this simmer for about a minute or so, and then I'll be back for the next ingredient. All right, it's been our minute, and this is really blended well. Now we're gonna add our main ingredient here, and that's gonna be 2 cups of the yellow split peas. And you can substitute a golden mung bean, that's M-U-N-G, for the yellow split peas if you can't get the yellow split peas where you are. For us, we can't get the mung beans, so, or at least not readily in our area, so we used the yellow split peas. Now we're just gonna stir this and let that simmer for another minute. And then we're going to add our water. So I'll be back with you and we'll get our 7 quarts of water added to this. All right, now we're ready for our water. So I'm pouring in 7 quarts, as I said, of water. So that's really gonna fill my pot. But once this is all in and I have it stirred together, I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and I'm gonna cover the pot once it comes to a boil, and I'm going to let that simmer on a lower heat for about 30 minutes. So let me get the last of our water in here. And then I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. We'll get it up to a boil, and I'll come back and show you when it's at a boil. We're now at a boil, and you can see the beautiful golden yellow color. And we're ready to move this from the high heat area that I have it to a lower heat. So on your stove, just turn the heat down. We're gonna keep this at a simmer for about 30 minutes. Well, I'm back. I actually let mine go about 45 minutes. I wanted to get the yellow split peas to the point where they were kind of soft. So I let mine go just a little bit longer. As I said, I was cooking mine on the wood stove, and I had to switch pots. And I switched pots because, as you saw, the other pot was right full to the top, and as it was coming to a boil, my concern was it was gonna boil over. And if you have a wood stove, you know you don't want things to boil over and potentially crack the top of the stove. So we switched out to my bigger enamel pot. And this is a beautiful golden color. At this point, I'm going to be straining mine out. You don't have to strain it. If you want yours to be a thicker, creamier broth, you can take everything in here, onions, split peas, garlic, the whole 9 yards, and run it through a food processor or a blender and blend it up. But I'm gonna strain mine. I've got a single piece of cheesecloth in a strainer, and I'm just trying to get the big pieces out. And then what I do is I take whatever's left over and I puree that up, and we put that in our freeze dryer, and we make a powdered bouillon from that. And that has worked out really well for us. So it isn't gonna go to waste. So that works well. So this is gonna take me a little bit. There's a lot of cups in here. So let me get this strained out, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what the broth looks like in a jar. Well, I'm filling my jars, and I got about half of what was in the pot through the strainer at this point. And you can see this is a beautiful golden broth, and it smells amazing. So we'll be using this a lot in making our soups, like our bean soup, or even a chicken soup, or like our chicken and rice, chicken and noodle, with our chicken substitutes that we do. And the nice thing about this is it keeps on the shelf with it pressure canned, which is what we'll be doing, for quite a long time. Now, I'm pressure canning this. It's a broth. Do not water bath can your broths. They should be pressure canned. These will be pressure canned for 25 minutes with a 10-pound pressure for my altitude. And just to quickly show you, this is the mash that I have. And let me bring this over here so you can maybe see it a little bit better. And I'm gonna take that, and we're gonna puree that up. I'm gonna throw that on our freeze dryer trays, and then I'll have a powdered bouillon from that. So that makes an awesome addition to our pantry as well. So let me get these jars filled and in the pressure canner, and I'll be right back. Well, the pressure canning process is finally done. And as I said, I had them pressure can for 25 minutes. Then I took it off the heat and I let it sit for an hour before I opened my pressure canner. If you're pressure canning, remember, you always want to be safe. Give everything time to cool off before you take the jars out, not like your water bath canning. And I ended up with 5.5 quarts because I didn't puree the other ingredients into my broth instead of the 7 quarts that I would have had if I had just pureed everything together. But that's fine with me. These 5.5 quarts are gonna go on the shelf. I'm gonna use the beans and onions and seasoning mix that I had strained out, and I'm gonna put that in with some vegetables we need to use up and some other things, and make a soup for us for dinner tonight. So nothing is gonna go to waste. This is a great option if you don't eat chicken, if you're a vegetarian, if you don't have chicken available to you, but you still want to make something that tastes like a chicken soup. The broth is great for you if you're not feeling well. The turmeric has great medicinal properties as well, which is an awesome part of this whole broth mix. Now, if you've ever made your own broth and you want to leave us comments, we'd love to hear your favorite broth. Do you do a bone broth? Do you do, excuse me, do you steam juice veggie scraps like I do to make veggie broth? What other kind of broths do you make? And if you do you pressure can them and get them on the shelf? Let us know. We'd love to hear more from you. And until tomorrow, everybody, take care.